Hi everyone, Mike Truesdell here with some more thoughts about being creative in the practice room. I'm sure that you and I both love George Hamilton Green's instructional course for the xylophone, and I'm sure that your page 6 is as creased as mine. However, sometimes when we practice something quite a bit, you get into a rut and you start practicing the same thing over and over again, and we lose the creativity and the spontaneity that's so important with music creation. For this exercise, think about the rhythm and the melody working together to create this shape. The melody in lesson 1 is 8 notes long, and the measure has 8 notes in it. So that's perfect. They align each downbeat, and you play the measure 4 times through, and then, of course, repeat it for 3 minutes. But what happens if the melodic shape and the amount of notes in the measure aren't the same number? What happens if you have 8 notes in the melody, but 12 notes in the measure? I'm sure that you figured out that if we have not the same number of notes in the melody and number of notes in the measure, that we're going to need a lot more measures in order to create a phrase where the melody and the rhythm line up on the downbeat. So for this first exercise, start with the metronome, somewhere around half note equals 80 or so. I'm going to play it at half note equals 88 to show off. I begin with a measure or two of just the check eighth note pattern just to get your hands in motion and also to practice that transition from the eighth notes to the different subdivision. In this particular exercise, we're going to switch the subdivision to triplets. So we are going to have 12 notes in the measure while having 8 notes maintained in the melodic shape. So how many measures is that going to be? If you count it out, we need 4 full measures before we line up both the melodic contour and the rhythm. So here's a video of me playing exercise 1 from Green's lesson 1 with the 8th note check pattern, switching to the triplet subdivision, and then landing on the downbeat where both the melody and the rhythm align once again. So here's that same exercise from that same lesson, only instead of going to triplets, I'm going to switch to quintuplets. So here's an example from lesson 1, exercise 3 from the Green Book. It's a 16-note melodic pattern, played in triplets, and then the same exercise played in quintuplets. So hopefully that helps you in giving those green exercises a little bit of spice in your practice. If you have any questions, of course, please comment below and visit my website at miketruesdell.com for more info and other creative practicing tips. Happy practicing!